Hello everyone and welcome again to my channel. My name is Mary and this is my channel. If today is your first time of stopping by, I will recommend that you hit the pause button and subscribe, like the video and share with friends and loved ones. So we continue the series on choosing a destination for your studies. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite destinations for studying. Even as you make arrangements for your studies, you might want to consider the Scandinavia. So the Scandinavia comprises of Denmark, Norway and Sweden. And unlike the previous videos where I talk about pre-university, bachelor's, master's, PhD, today I just want to focus on master's. And okay, so I will start with Denmark. So Denmark is very similar to Norway in the distribution and payment of tuition fee. The only contrast is that for Denmark, international students pay fees, but students from the European Union and the European Economic Area do not pay school fees. That is, they attend university for free in Denmark. So if you want to consider studying in Denmark, you might want to think of available scholarships or funding. But in case you want to choose Denmark because you have your own money to sponsor yourself, you might be considering of some specific amount of money to pay for your tuition. So tuition fee for non-EU and non-EEA students typically rises from 6,000 euros to 16,000 euros per year, and this is the kind of budget you want to have if you want to study in Denmark without scholarship. But the truth is there are different kinds of scholarships for students all over the world to study in Denmark. So if I were you, I would be looking for funded positions in Denmark, because these positions usually cover your living expenses and your tuition. So you might want to consider funded positions in Denmark. In the same way, if you want to study in Sweden, you might also want to consider looking for funding, because tuition is free for European people, students from the European Union and from the European Economic Area. But if you are coming from any other place aside the European Union and the European Economic Area, you might have to pay tuition. So you will have to consider the options. There are different scholarships available to study in Sweden, and I must tell you, you need to search. It's very easy. Just type scholarships for international students to study in Sweden in your browser, Google, MSN, Firefox, and they will pop up lots of legitimate scholarships that you can apply for to sponsor your study in Sweden. However, if you still want to study in Sweden and you have your source of funding, you might be looking around 8,000 euros to between 17,000 euros for a year tuition. So if I were you, I'll be exploring other options for funding to pay my tuition and even, if possible, to sponsor my living expenses. So Sweden is another great place that you might want to explore. Finally, I will end with Norway, and I know people will be wondering why I ended with Norway, because in Norway is actually free for both Norwegian, European citizens, EEA and international students. You don't pay tuition free in public universities. So all public universities in Norway are tuition free. They are sponsored by the government. And if you want to study in Norway, you need to show a bank statement to demonstrate that you are able to take care of yourself. That is your living expenses. And you can find this information on the Norwegian visa application website. But you can do a master's in Norway for free. However, there are also other scholarships that you can explore to study in Norway. The famous quota scheme scholarship has been suspended for some time, but there are other funding like the Erasmus and other scholarships that you can explore. But if you want to study in Europe for free without paying tuition, you might want to consider Norway. Of course, it is not free because you have to pay for your living expenses. But at least the problem and the burden of paying school fees is taken away from your shoulder. You can go to school in Norway for free. Aside that, the other funding options, probably you might want to check with your country of origin to see if there are scholarships for people within your country to study in Norway. So today's video will be pretty short because I just do not want to bore you with a lot of information, and if you have any question, you can comment down below. If you have any other place you might want me to consider as a destination, you can comment down below. But one other thing that I always tell people, that if you want to study abroad, you should also consider the weather condition. For example, if you want to study in the Scandinavia, you should know that the Scandinavia can be very, very cold. If you find yourself in the northern part of Norway, expect that the average temperature you are used to in your home country, which is maybe 2 seasons like we have in Ghana, rainy season and dry season, might not work there. You might have to adjust to the weather. So studying abroad, I always say, does not come on a silver platter. You have to adjust in different ways and in different circumstances. One is adjusting to the weather. So if you want to study in the Scandinavia, you might want to consider adjusting yourself to the weather there and to the languages, because the languages of the Scandinavia, they are probably diverse from the languages you speak. So Norway is the Norwegian language. You go to Denmark, Danish, Sweden, Swedish. So you might want to assimilate yourself if you study in any of these 3 countries. And these 3 countries all spend a currency called krona. So we have the Norwegian krona, the Swedish krona, the Danish krona. You don't spend euro in Norway, Sweden or Denmark. They are very lovely countries. I've been to all 3 and I can't say it's a serene environment, beautiful place, beautiful people. And of course, if you want to have that international experience, studying in Norway, Sweden or Denmark will give that to you, because studying in any of these 3 countries gives you the Schengen visa, which allows you to travel within most of the countries within Europe without needing a visa, and which you might want to take advantage of and to explore the world. I always tell people, if you get opportunity to travel outside, just explore the world. It's a beautiful world out there, and we are not saying that our world where we're coming from is not beautiful. Of course, I come from Ghana. It's a very, very beautiful country filled with beautiful landscape and all that, but when you travel outside, just explore. Okay, all too soon, today's session has come to an end, and if you have any question, comment, contribution, do not forget to comment, and do not forget to subscribe and share this video. I will be with you next week, where we'll look at another destination where you can explore for your master's, bachelor's or PhD education. See you.